A couple years ago, Nutramill came out with the Artiste mixer. And if you don't know, Bosch and Nutramill are owned by the same company. And this is kind of their lower tech version of a Bosch mixer. I find that it is just as good as a Bosch mixer and has a lot of really great features to it. This year, they decided to come out with an upgraded version. So this is the upgraded version. It has a better motor, so you can do thicker doughs and things in it. So I'm gonna take it out so we can compare. Included in the box is everything that you see here. It includes your dough hook, your wire whips, and your metal whip drive, which is all the paddles attached to that you can buy separately. And the nice thing about this is that the Bosch paddles connect to this, like they are universal between each other. So if you want to upgrade to a Bosch later on, you totally can. You don't have to rebuy everything, which is super nice. Included in your box is this quick start guide and recipe book. I've never made any of the recipes that are in here, but I imagine that they are pretty good. As far as I can tell, they have lots of really good things in there. This is the metal drive, and it is full metal, so it can take all the pressure and the thickness of the doughs and all of that. One thing to be aware of is that this is hand wash only. It is stainless steel, but it cannot be put into the dishwasher, so make sure that you hand wash it. This is the bowl that comes with it. It includes this plastic lid that is the same as the other one. It opens and closes very easily, so you can add ingredients in. It also includes your dough hook and your wire whips inside the bowl. And this does lock on, as you can see on the bottom, to your base so that it doesn't move around while it's mixing. This is the base of the mixer. You can see that there are suction cups on the bottom, and they do hold really, really tight. There's also a spot where your cord can go inside. Now, the old one did not retract on its own. You had to kind of stuff it in there. I don't know if this one does. I will check that out in just a minute. It also has these dial on the front that they did upgrade just a little bit, and I'll show you that on the side-by-side. You can see how quickly these securely attach. They are very quick to be secure, and it's really hard to pull them off. You got to pull pretty hard. All right, side-by-side comparison of the bases. This one is a little bit larger than the old one, and that is because they did improve the motor, the drivetrain, the circuit board. All of those were improved inside this base. So the difference is very, very small, like probably millimeters difference. But they are a little bit taller here. This piece also is a little bit larger, but the connection is the same. So you could actually use your old bowl on this new one if you wanted to have two bowls. But it is a little bit bigger on the outside portion of it. Okay, so there hasn't been much difference to the cords and the cord holder. When you pull it out, you do have to push it back in like this. It doesn't retract on its own. But in this one, there is a little bit, it does get kind of hard to like weave it in and out. Whereas this one, it is a little bit bigger on the inside. Gives you a little bit more space. And this piece right here is larger to keep this in place after you get the cord all the way in. Putting on the bowl is pretty easy. You just have to get the sections lined up. You'll feel the bowl kind of go down. You want to turn it to the right and you'll hear an audible click. When you unlatch it, you hear that as well. The old one was the same way. You just have to stick it in the spot. Once it sits down, then you click it into place. Now, one of the differences that you will notice is here, the old shield was not totally clear. It was kind of tinted, and the new one is completely clear. As you use it, you will see dinginess and things come up on these. This one has been used for about 3 years, so you can see there's no scratches, no anything like that. So it does hold up really well, but it does get a little different color as it gets washed. The material in these bowls was upgraded. So this one has a newer material. It's supposed to be stronger to resist scratching and things like that. You can see that they sit just a tad bit higher, so if you're planning on storing this underneath your cabinets on your counter, you will want to make sure that it's going to fit underneath. You can always take this cover off and store it without the cover if you can't fit it or need a little extra couple inches.